like that. Woo!
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Pull Up Show. My name is BJ Matthews, aka B. Just before we get started, follow us on the YouTube page, the Pull Up Basketball Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Twitter, TikTok, the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like, share, subscribe, all of our YouTube videos. Hit that notification bell by the subscribe button. Let's get it popping. All right, y'all know the drill. Before y'all enter this house, wipe your feet by hitting that like button. You know what I'm saying? Comment all through the YouTube post as well. And if you choose to, the Cash App is in the ticker. You guys can send your donations there, all your love, you know what I'm saying, to support the podcast. Right there is $ BJ Matthews. I want to thank you all again for, showing up to the Pull Up Basketball Podcast show. I love y'all. Let's get it going. Salute to my man, my little brother, place for keep. Salute my brother. You killing this YouTube game. You got it in your choco, my guy. Man, all the love and respect to you, brother. Let's get to business, though, man. We got to talk about this situation, man. I think it's something that I like to talk about the entire NBA. I don't like to just talk about certain players, certain people. I like to talk about everyone in the NBA, bro. And I think this is a show that was going to get really to the nitty gritty. It's going to be a show that's kind of somewhat more of a informational video than anything. This is probably going to be one of my serious topics that I've ever done on the YouTube Pull Up Basketball Podcast within the last 10 to 11 months since I've been doing this, because I think it's needed. I think this is a show that's actually needed because, some shows, like last night were very entertaining where we had guests call in and debate against us and everything like that. But there's some shows I feel like we need to really start checking some things in the mirror because, in my opinion, that's what, it's about. You know what I'm saying? Always learning, always doing things to, doing things that actually make a certain person grow or a situation get to the the nicks and the crux of it. But I want to talk about all-star point guard for the Memphis Grizzlies, Ja Morant, highlight human film superstar, probably the most exciting player in the NBA right now, without hesitation, man. I think Ja Morant is the most exciting player in the NBA if we're talking about just explosive athleticism, vertical leap, entertainment, what he's brought to a certain city. I think Ja Morant, we can make the case, is the most entertaining player in the NBA. Salute to my girl, Miss Davis. Thank you for the comment. Hello, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. I had to come across a situation where Ja Morant made a comment. I caught this show on Undisputed yesterday. Actually, it was this morning, if I'm actually being specific, where Ja Morant went into a restaurant, it looked like, and he had met with a waiter and had a discussion where basically, I'll let y'all watch the video, actually, let y'all see it for yourselves. Okay, let's the tape roll.
Did you see it right? Yeah. Who are you though? It's Black Jesus. You who? Black Jesus. Now you some kind of professional. You play football, basketball, or something? Basketball. What school you went to? I'm not from here. You're not? Where you from? South Carolina. Okay. Where you going? You say you play basketball? Yeah. You can go to the NBA? I'm already in there. Who are you playing for? The Grizzlies. Your new favorite team. Your new favorite team, the Grizzlies. That's the team that ball plays, Joe. That's him. That's him? Oh! You that boy that? You that boy. Yeah. What's your name? Ja Morant. You forgot it, right?
How awesome is her reaction? And I love her question. She wasn't letting him go in the beginning. Shannon, back to the original comment, though. Do you have any issue with Ja calling himself the Black Jesus?
You him? You that boy? Skip, look. I thought it was a great gesture about what he did. But, I mean, come on, Ja, bro. I'm going to need you to get some more years up under your belt and accomplish a few more things before you step out there like that.
All right, so that little snippet, that little clip, was of Ja Morant inside looked like a restaurant in Memphis, looked like an IHOP little breakfast place, whatever, getting some food with some of his friends. And the waiter actually, you could see, was a Grizzly fan. Now, I've been to Memphis before, and all they have is the Grizzlies. They don't have any football team, baseball team, no soccer team, nothing like that. So the Grizzlies are the talk of the town. So with the success they've had this season, of course, you had an entire community city ride behind the Memphis Grizzlies. Had an unbelievable year, second seed in the Western Conference. So they had a lot to cheer about this year. So that lady was actually a Grizzly fan. And she didn't know until Ja Morant, she had tipped the waitress $500. She had asked, well, who are you? Are you some type of rapper or some type of sports figure? Because you don't tip $500 for no reason. So she realized that it was Ja Morant, and when she did, she started, all surprised, wide-eyed, and everything like that. So I want to first say that just the gesture by Ja Morant, by him giving up $500 as a tip, was very, very commendable. And you can't even deny that. Like, he does have, some great raising to, I'm still, I'm saying, still think about the people and, still think about helping others and stuff like that. $500 tips for people who's been a waiter, that's actually a pretty big deal. So if we're going to just be honest, like, I had to, give a round of applause for that. But the question is Ja Morant, is he cocky or confident? And the reason why I asked that question is because if y'all heard the segment between Shannon and Skip Bayless, Shannon basically said, hey, if you're going to call yourself the Black Jesus, I mean, I'm going to need a few more notches on your belt. And everybody knows the Black Jesus, they call Michael Jordan the Black Jesus. And obviously, Jordan is on a hierarchy of his own. We're talking about basketball. So if you're going to put yourself in that category, you got to at least have some championships, some hardware, maybe some MVPs under your belt to put yourself in that company. Now, Ja's having a great, start to his NBA career, and I think it's his third season. It's already gotten a, most improved player, led his team to the second round of the playoffs this season. So obviously he's off to a great start, but he's not on Michael Jordan's level at all. And I've heard even, not just in this segment, but also in different situations where I've had to scratch my head and question, is Ja Morant kind of a little bit above his head? Is he somewhat a little bit too boastful with his demeanor, right? I have to sometimes ask myself that, because even if you look at, certain situations, let's talk about with the Warriors, man. Like, after this year, I mean, of course, in the playoffs, the Warriors beat the Grizzlies 4-2, right? So everybody understands the Warriors are a world-class organization, world-class franchise, and if you want to go big to toe-to-toe with those dudes, you gotta make sure you have some type of, hardware underneath your belt. Now, obviously, Grizzlies have not won no championships, nothing that sorts. And of course, competition is competition. You want your guys, never to back down from any type of competition. Of course, Ja, he's never been that type, from what I can see on the basketball court, is that he competes hard. He doesn't back down from anybody, has no fear. But sometimes that can be a little bit delusional when you start talking, to players who actually have accomplished more than what you have accomplished. Now, if y'all look at this tweet, this was actually after the 2022 NBA Finals, where the Golden State Warriors beat the Boston Celtics, right? And as you guys can see, Twitter, Ja Morant's Twitter is on the top, and then Draymond Green's on the bottom. This was actually a response to Klay Thompson, who called Jaren Jackson a bunch of bums on the podium, because that Jaren Jackson started mocking the Golden State Warriors, and Klay Thompson didn't take kindly to that. Well, that's when Ja Morant responded to Klay Thompson and said, "We in y'all heads. We in y'all heads." And then Draymond Green responded to Ja Morant and said, "Y'all are bums." Now, the way I took this tweet was basically like Ja Morant said something back to Klay Thompson after they won the championship. And Draymond Green felt like, you guys are not even on our level, saying that y'all are bums. Now, obviously, the Grizzlies aren't bums, but the Warriors actually, they're just saying, like, look, you guys haven't been on our level yet. We already beat y'all, right? We in y'all heads. Ja Morant saying that. I don't know how they can be in y'all heads when the Warriors won the championship. I don't understand how the Grizzlies can be in y'all heads when the Warriors won the championship and they beat y'all. And so I don't have a problem with Draymond Green saying y'all are bums. Like, y'all have a lot to, accomplish for y'all can reach our level. Right? And I think even in another situation when they actually beat the Grizzlies, and y'all remember when Ja Morant got hurt, he basically got on Twitter and actually said, Jordan Poole, after that play, when he actually went for the ball and actually spreaded Ja Morant's knees out and actually hurt his leg, and he said, they actually broke the code. That's what Ja Morant had put in response to when Jordan Poole injured his knee. Right after he injured his knee, that's what Ja Morant posted on his Twitter. He said, "Broke the code." Now, I thought that was a little bit sore losers. I thought that him saying that was just an excuse because the Grizzlies got beat, and he felt like he had to say something to save face. So he went on Twitter out of emotion and said that that Jordan Poole had hurt his leg pretty much on purpose. Right? Yeah, y'all can see on the right here. I'm gonna put it right here. Y'all can see that's the play right there when Jordan Poole pushed in Ja Morant's hip, and then it looked like he tried to, he twigged his knee a little bit. Right? So that's when Ja said broke the code. Now, I don't think the Grizzlies would even won this series even if Ja Morant was there. Now, Ja, of course, had to come on Twitter as well, and everything is on Twitter. He tweets everything. He's saying, like, in response to somebody saying, what we're watching was this Warriors Mavericks series has taught me is that if the Grizzlies were healthy, we could have won it all. And Ja Morant retweeted and said 100, as if that's true. It's facts. And I totally disagree with that. I think, again, you guys, the Grizzlies still would have lost that series. But that's, again, like, you can be competitive, but also there's such thing as losing with some gratitude. There's such thing as losing with some etiquette. You know what I mean? So at this point, it's like, if you want to actually be a winner, you gotta learn how to lose as well with grace. And at the end of the day, I don't think the Grizzlies are going to be as good as they were this year. There's so many question marks we got to look at because the Western Conference is going to be stronger next year, and it's going to be a situation where everybody's going to be healthy again. The Clippers are going to be healthy, the Nuggets are going to be healthy, the Lakers are going to be healthy. Like, there's going to be the West is going to be that much, more difficult. So who knows if the Grizzlies even get back to the point that they were at. Okay, so that's just why I want to bring up with Ja, man. Like, there's been situations where I feel like he's just bit off more than what he can chew. But I also have to give him some leniency, and I have to kind of look at him and look at, like, what I'm saying? Maybe this mindset comes from somewhere. Maybe we have to look a little bit deeper why Ja sometimes can come off as being a little bit too much, a little cocky, a little bit front runner-ish, where sometimes he kind of mocks his opponents. I chose to look at some, information of why he may be like this, and I found this being interesting.
Yes, I really like the negative energy. He haven't played against nobody. He's too small. He can't shoot. I love, like, negative energy motivates me, and it really doesn't bother me because my dad was my first hater. So if I can take it from him, I can take it from anybody.
Now, that was a little small clip. It looked like when Ja was getting drafted into the NBA. And one of the things that he said was that, his dad was his biggest hater. He also said that he doesn't let the negative energy get to him. People say that he never played against nobody, that he wasn't a great shooter, or he's too small. Like, those things motivate him, those fuel him. And for those people that don't know Ja's story, he didn't go to a big university. He actually went to a mid-major called Murray State. Right. And that's and a lot of these players now are going to these mid-majors, like, who are guards. Like, Damian Lillard went to Weber State. CJ McCollum went to Lehigh. You had Ja Morant, of course, went to Murray State. Steph Curry went to Davidson. Klay Thompson went to Washington State. Paul George went to Fresno State. Kawhi went to San Diego State. Like all these guys, you don't really see. There's a lot of guys going to these mid majors that are actually becoming stars in the league. It's no longer, oh, you have to go to a Kentucky, a Duke, a Michigan State, or UCLA, or to automatically get where you want to go to. Now it's cool if you do, but a lot of these guys in the NBA are going to these mid-major Division I schools and actually come out to be great players. So Ja is look like, for me, in my opinion, the reason why he comes off as a little bit brash is because of how he had to get to where he's at, especially at his size. Ja's like 6 foot, I think 1 or 6'2". He's not the biggest guy. I think he's probably like 165, 170. So at that height and at that size, you have to have like somewhat of a chip on your shoulder. So I can kind of respect that, understand why he would think that the way he think. As David said, I believe he is just cocky in some way. I like it in a way. If no one else is not going to believe in you, then who will? Yeah, I think that does serve some purpose. Like, we do have to look at that. Like, again, he went to a small mid-major school. So you have to be somewhat tough, and you have to somewhat have a little bit of chip on your shoulder, or else you're going to get eaten up. So that's why I had to kind of take a step back and maybe say to myself, you know what? Maybe this comes from somewhere. Maybe this comes from him just being like overlooked, or, having to be more of a, what's the word? Having to be more of a dog, because he grew up with Zion Williamson. He played on the same, I think, AAU or high school team as Zion Williamson in South Carolina, Spartanburg. So he didn't get the national attention that, of course, Zion was getting. He was a late bloomer. So that's what I'm looking at with Murray State. But if I look at, let's say, his situation, I think I have to also, think about this, though. There are some things I feel like he a little bit is immature and that can actually bite him in the butt. Like, there's a tweet I seen from somebody asking Ja Morant, why are you always thugging with it? Basically, why are you always out here, saying stuff on Twitter that could be controversial? So, as you guys can see on the bottom from blazemoving.com, replying to Ja Morant, he said in response, Ja, why do you get on here thugging? You are rich. I guess that was a tweet Ja Morant had said to some fan who he got into a little bit of interaction with, altercation, and Ja said some thug type stuff. And really, honestly, what this guy's saying, like, he doesn't have to do that because he's actually got money. What Ja Morant said, because basically in response to Blaze Moving, he said, because the money won't ever change me. Been on that, still on that, forever on that, won't ever speak on it. And I'm like, been on what? Like, what have you been on, bro? Like, you said you've been on that, still on that, forever on that, won't ever speak on it. Like what you talking about, bro? Like what have you been on? Like, it's not come off to me you trying to talk about some street stuff. Again, like, Ja is a professional basketball player. This dude ain't no gangster or no thug type of dude. Like, I don't know I knew he grew up in South Carolina. I don't know as far as like the details of but I do know he came from a pretty good family. I do know he came from a father, as y'all can see on TV, T. Morant, the guy that's always cheering for Ja on the sidelines. That's his father. His mother, Jamie Morant, who also was an athlete. You can see in the middle. His little sister, I want to say Tatiana Morant, who's an athlete as well, and then his grandmother on the left side. So Ja came from a pretty solid family. So I don't know what he means. Like, he's talking as if he just had this lifestyle where he just had it where he was in the streets or whatever. I mean, from what I could see from the documentary I watched on Ja Morant, his family seemed to be very involved in his life. And if you still have that street side to you, that to me, it's like, that's kind of weird when you had everybody around you to support you and not to do all that. But again, I never know about South Carolina. I don't know about the city. I do know it's in the South. I do know that South Carolina is not so much to do. But from the documentary that I've seen, like Ja, would be at his father's house. His father taught him how to play basketball, as far as working out with him, and built a basketball court in the backyard for the entire community to come out there and play. So I was just like, what is it that you would have to be that type of person, be thugging when you had a great family support system? Your mother always, from what Ja was saying, his mother's always been his biggest fan, supporting him and talking to him right from like this thing comes out as a very good family. Now people like to compare Ja to this guy, Allen Iverson. And Ja, you can say, has certain resemblance as far as Allen Iverson, as far as the urban, demeanor and the urban culture concept. But the thing about Allen Iverson wasn't faking it. Now, if y'all know Allen Iverson's story, bro, y'all know how his humble beginnings came from. First of all, Allen Iverson didn't have his father around. His father was in jail. He had his mother, Ann Iverson. Grew up in Newport News, Virginia. Now, I've been to Virginia and Newport News, man, and it ain't nothing fake about it. They actually call it bad news, Virginia. Bad news. It's outside of Hampton, Virginia. My sister went to school at Hampton University. I've definitely been over where Allen Iverson grew up, and it's not no place where it's just like phony. That's really a gutter place that he grew up in. So there was nothing fake about Allen Iverson with the tattoos, how he spoke, how he dressed. Um, he was as real as they come. He didn't have no. He came from humble beginnings, like growing up in housing projects and apartments, and his mother having him at a young age, his father in and out of jail. Like there was nothing fake about Allen Iverson's lifestyle. So when I see him, how he was in the NBA. I mean, yeah, he made bad decisions about who he chose to pick around him, but he wasn't. He didn't. It was nothing fake about it. And also the whole incident, if y'all remember back in high school, where he got suspended his junior year and senior year, where he didn't get a chance to play because he got into that big altercation in that bowling alley, where he was facing time in jail and prison, where he could have been, gone for quite some time. I think he said about 2 years in prison for that. You know what I mean? The whole Allen Iverson, when he got into the league, how he was, attacked because of how he, these tattoos that he wore, the cornrows, that he was just some type of thug, and really he was just being him. He said that's just who he grew up around, like the people in his neighborhood and stuff like that. I mean, that's just who he was. And I'm not sure Ja really is that type of person. I don't know. Again, I'm not trying to throw no shade at him. I'm just saying, like, when you have an entire family of support system like this, I just don't see why you feel like you have to choose a path of being a thug or a street guy or something like that. I've seen Ja Morant in videos with people, what I'm saying, with gold teeth and rapping and stuff like that. Like, I mean, yeah, do what you want to do in your free time, bro. But I think that's a lack of maturity. I think that's the lack of maturity. I think it's a lack of you trying to, in a way, being something that you're really not, or you don't have to really be. I'll keep hitting that like button. And like I said, I think his father seemed like a really cool guy. He comes off as as a really cool guy. I think with Ja, I think people need to tell him who's around him is just watch the people you bring around your circle, because it will drag you down if you are not careful. Because that's what happened to Allen. Allen Iverson chose to trust the wrong people, too loyal to people that did not deserve his loyalty, and then he had to do time behind bars and had to do take licks from the NBA, where he was somewhat railroaded because the people he chose to keep around him, because he had to be real. And that whole term, being real, or whatever, not folding, like that, is such an overused term that Black people really, and I think that we do this too much. We start being too real to the point where it costs our own. It costs us. It's very costly to us to be real. You don't own loyalty to people who are not loyal to you. You know what I'm saying? BJ Morant reminds me a lot of Iverson in his prime. If he can stay healthy, he just had that factor about him. Yeah, he reminds me of Allen too in certain ways, but I need to see more of a Morant because again, in big moments and big games, Allen showed up. We saw Ja in the playoffs against Minnesota. He wasn't really productive, and then Golden State. I mean, he tried to say like, had he played better or had he been in that series, they would have won. And I'm saying like, even with Ja there, they would have still lost that series. But I just need to see more from Ja. A man will say, if you look at any superstar, anyone that is super successful, they all have a sense of confidence about themselves. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Well, that's what I mean. Like, I don't think it's really an issue with Ja being like somewhat a little bit, cocky and belief in himself. But I do think it's a problem when you start having Ja starting to be somebody he doesn't have to be. He doesn't have to be this street guy that he's trying to portray himself to be. I mean, like he's saying again, um, in this quote again, like this right here, this is no reason for this. Like him saying, um, bring this comment out. He's saying one person's asking, Ja, why do you get on here thugging? You are rich. And he said, because the money won't ever change me. Been on that, still on that, forever on that, won't ever speak. Like, bro, what are you talking about? Been on what? Been on what? Like what you mean? What you talking about? Been on what? And this can stretch out if he can lead, if this can actually affect his leadership on the Memphis Grizzlies. Because like Ja, I think he's 23 right now. You think he just turned 23 years old? So I'll give him somewhat of a pass because he's still a young cat. But I'm starting to think this is just who he's portraying himself to be. And that's the same thing Allen Iverson was doing. But the difference again with Allen Iverson, that's the lifestyle he actually lived. Mm-hmm. But Miss Davis said, yes, I seen that documentary on when he was back. Yeah, that was nothing. That I watched that documentary probably like almost 100 times. Like I still have the DVD as we speak. Like that entire documentary, just even if you didn't play basketball or watch basketball, he really actually that's who Allen Iverson truly was, and you can just tell from the emotion of that documentary. Like it was nothing fraud about that. Hmm. He said, "Nah, this ain't who he's trying to be. Trust me." Okay, okay, that's fine. I'm just saying again. If okay, let's say Will is not who he's trying to be. Do you think that some of that bad decision making can cost him down the line though? Because that's always what happens. A person who cannot shake that demeanor off him, they get involved with the wrong people, and then they start that causes their career. That's what happened to Allen Iverson. People don't know, man. Allen Iverson got railroaded out the NBA. He got ran out the NBA, and it's because he could not shake that demon off. He could not shake him being too real. Like he could not shake that off. So I'm saying maybe it is. If it is Ja, okay, that's fine. I'm just saying like it's just again it's weird that would be the case if this is what he's grown up around. This has been his entire family who's always stuck by us. I just don't see why would you feel like you need to be like that. So, but I'll keep hitting that like button, man. I'm gonna let y'all in a little bit. Um, let's see. Drop the link for y'all to come in here. Shit. I just dropped the link for everybody to come in. I want to discuss this. I hope everybody's having a happy Wednesday. You know what I mean? Because my opinion I do think Ja's a great basketball player. I think he is somebody who's exciting to watch. But I just think that some of his antics about, how he's talked trash about the Warriors and how he's, said certain things about certain players, I think he's somewhat showing his immaturity as well. And I guess the question is going to be, is this going to cost the Memphis Grizzlies down the line? Oh. What up, Bruce?
Hey, man, how you doing?
What's good? What's
Yo,
good? What's good, Will?
what's going
What's
on,
good?
my guy?
Hey,
You already know, ain't nothing. It's another
Hey.
night.
I will say this, bro. Me and you talked extensively offline about Ja, because I got the inside track about a lot of stuff. You're right. This could maybe stop a lot of his marketing, right? Because we like clean cut, right, to the public, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Right, but he's not putting on an act, and he's well grounded. He has a good group of people around him. And I'm not saying this as speculation. This is what I know for a fact. All right. So yeah, he might put this stuff on the internet, which is truly who he is, but he does have a solid group around him. I don't think it affects his leadership at all, simply because he's the heartbeat of the team. You know what I'm saying? Just because he puts something online, I don't think that's going to affect his work ethic and what he provides for that team. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, what you guys say, Bruce?
uh, Ja Morant is very talented, and he made the Grizzlies fan forget about Mike Conley. But Ja Morant is very fragile. So, I mean, he can get injured anytime, and he should look at Derrick Rose. I think I've said it on your podcast already. He should look at Derrick Rose and try to, okay, be athletic sometimes and try to play like Chris Paul sometimes on the ground. I want that video. Who put out that video? Was it done by a fan who recorded it, or is it a friend or relative of Ja Morant who recorded it?
I think it was one of his friends or relatives.
So he knew that he was gonna give the money.
Mm-hmm.
So he knew that he was gonna say what he said.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never seen quote unquote superstar try to get attention. And not only him, his teammates wants attention too.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be confident if that's what he said he is, but you can be confident in silence. Kobe was confident, but he wasn't looking for all the smoke. He wants the smoke, the chimney, all these things, right? So, right? I mean, Minnesota gave them that series. Minnesota was the best team.
They dumb. They're a dumb team.
They got they got Anthony Towns, bro. What do you expect?
Yeah, that's one of the dumbest teams I've ever seen.
Hey,
What up?
can I have a retort
Yeah, bro, go ahead.
about Kobe not wanting the smoke or not saying it? Kobe talked a lot of back then. Social media wasn't really popping, right? So he didn't have that quote unquote platform to express himself about tweeting out and saying, "I want your smoke," or blah blah blah. But they have legendary stories about his passive aggressiveness against other players and stuff like that. I'm not saying what Ja is doing is right. So I'm not condoning it, but that's just some people's personality, right? He's just boisterous. Like, he likes to talk. He likes to put it out there. Remember, he's an underdog. You know
Yeah.
what I mean, he played on Zion team back in the day in high school. people wasn't feeling him.
No.
People didn't expect this from him. So now he's just like, he was doing this at Murray State. I don't think people even realize he's been doing this.
Yeah.
He's been on this type of time with the Twitter or the Instagram lives that he was doing on Murray State or the Snapchats. He's been this guy. So it's not like he's changed his way of speaking about what he can do on the court and off the court. Just look at some of his captions from back then, right? I'm not saying it's right though. But what I'm saying is they have people that likes to talk to motivate them. You know what I'm saying? Some people talk they trash via Instagram in person or whatever to give them an extra fire underneath them. Once again, I'm not saying it's right, especially since you're a superstar, right? Because you got to be clean cut. You kind of got to be under the radar, not get in trouble, not say the wrong things or whatever. But I think we're going to see a different type of superstar. You can even see this with Kevin Durant. Draymond Green, we see these type of superstars that's starting to be a little mouthy on social media. I think this is just the evolution of an athlete.
I got you. I agree on that. What up, Bubba?
Yeah, once again, I'm not condoning it, BJ, but you know, and not to pull it on, you know how I was. I talk my trash all day, right? But guess what? I know I was putting in the work. I know I was putting in the time. I know that I can back it up. And that's kind of similar to all these superstar athletes, what they do, whether it's from the NFL. You can even see it in baseball players talking now. And that's the most zipped up professional league that we have.
Yeah, I know that.
So I don't think it's out of the norm. I just think we have to adjust as fans, people, media guys, and podcasters like yourself. Maybe we have to adjust to the new form of athlete.
I'm gonna let Bubba go, and I'm gonna retort that though. Go ahead, Bubba.
Oh no, you can go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm gonna go after you.
Okay, so me personally, I don't really have. I feel like Ja Morant is confident, but sometimes his confidence becomes overconfidence, and he starts getting cocky sometimes. You know, me personally, I don't have any problem with it because, like, you know, I feel like it's good for competition. I feel like it's good for, you know, for storylines and how to keep a good story going. Like, if you're talking all this trash, I feel like you should be also backing it up on the basketball court, you know. Now, he was backing it up in the regular season, you know what I'm saying? They was winning games, but when he got to the postseason, he was talking all his trash, you know what I'm saying, doing all the gritty on the Minnesota logo, doing all this, but his play wasn't really up to that level for him to talk all that trash, you know. And they faced Golden State, you know what I'm saying? He only had one good game. Of course, yeah, he got injured, but he only had one game, you know. So you haven't really backed it up to be talking all this trash, you know. Now, after Golden State won a championship, you know, he's like, send the Golden State to the end for Christmas Day. And Draymond was like, we're the champs, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not coming to Memphis for a Christmas game. If we're playing y'all gonna come to our home court, you know. So I feel like it's good, but sometimes he takes it to a whole nother level, which is like he's trying to be a gangster, he's trying to be this. Like, nah, y'all basketball players, like, if you're gonna talk trash, but you know, you should have a limit, you know. Because sometimes he be trash talking other people. Like, you haven't really putting in the work to be talking this kind of trash. You know, you can be confident, but this overconfidence turns into cockiness. Which, at the end of the day, if you don't deliver, guys like us will be on your helmet and criticize you. So I feel like he should really back it up on the court before he can talk all this trash that he be talking.
Wow.
I think. Bruce, you want to say something? Somebody trying to say something?
No, go ahead.
My thing with Ja is this, man. Like, okay, Mo's saying it's a real thing. My question was only, is it, because again, I just don't understand somebody who would live that lifestyle or claim he's that lifestyle when he comes from a good, humble family. And I see his father, T. Morant, at the games. He seemed like he's a supportive of his son. Same thing with his mother. Like they both seem like he has his sister, his grandmother. Like this comes out. He has a very good family. So I just don't understand what would presume you to live a lifestyle like that. Doesn't make no sense to me. Now I understand on the court, like you talk your shit. That's fine. Like that's cool. I mean, but you're taking it now as if it's something like off the court now. Like now it's becoming like it's making a street thing now. Like, bro, your whole objective is to play basketball. Now, if we want to talk about accolades and accomplishments, if we're gonna be honest, you're not on Golden State's level. You're not nowhere near them. So for you to say we're in y'all heads and living rent free, bro, like, nah, you gotta take that L and swallow it and say, you know what, we're gonna come back next season. But he's trying to make rules that, like what Bubba just said, like he's saying, like they're gonna come to Memphis. Like, bro, like they made the champs. Like they make the rules. They determine where they go and who they play and stuff like that. So, and I think Bruce made a point. He said he knew he was gonna get recorded. And I'm not here to try to say like Ja's insignificant because he gave the lady $500. That's a $500 tip. So he comes like he has good family morals. But I do think that he does lack some immaturity, even though he's 23. I give him a pass, but he does look for some attention. I mean, tweeting all the time. He's always seemed to be getting into little Twitter beefs. And if you're going to be talking like that, you better have some type of hardware, something underneath your belt, some type of, playoff success or anything like that. I don't mind guys talking, but that has to come from a certain level, man. Like, I mean, I don't know what you think, Will.
I mean, I don't agree with the whole recording yourself giving. I never agree with that. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with people doing stuff out of the kindness of their heart and recording it and putting it online. I don't agree with that. That's just never been me. I've never been a fan of that. But as far as him talking, man, I don't take it as him being gangster. You know what I mean? I don't take it as that. Maybe some people might take it that because he's talking about we want to smoke, whatever. But I don't take it as him being gangster, man. I think he just just tongue wrestling. You know what I'm saying? He just getting his stuff off. I honestly really don't take it as him being gangster or whatever. But that's just me. As far as
This is why I mean him being gangster. I'm not talking about his
but
talking.
no, I was just speaking on what you said. I think I'm not sure who said, maybe Bruce saying he was being gangster or something. I'm just saying I don't disagree with you. I was just saying, as far as my opinion, I don't think he was trying to be gangster or portray as being a gangster. But just because you got your mom, your dad, and all that, and a quote unquote support system, that don't necessarily mean you didn't come from a beginning, or you didn't come from a place that made you into a certain type of person. You get what I mean? Like that doesn't mean anything, right? You can have a mom, a dad, a home, but that doesn't change who you are and what you've seen or what you went through, blah blah blah. But anyway, as far as being a basketball player, man, they've been talking trash since basketball was basketball. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? They've been talking this talk. Regardless, Patrick Beverly, he don't have no hardware. He don't have none of that. You get what I mean? But everybody respect him because he's being quote unquote real. You get what I'm saying? But when Ja Morant, a up and coming superstar, saying that he's being cocky, why we can't take it as him being competitive and being confident in his game? People talk about his playoff success or the lack of quote unquote big games, but does that quantify him not being able to talk his trash when he put results on the floor majority of the time?
That's a good point.
Because Jason Tatum, prime example, right? People will label him as a superstar, but because he quote unquote don't talk about it or doesn't exude the confidence outwardly of being a superstar or talking like KD or talking like Ja Morant or talking like Russ, people forget about his transgressions in the playoffs. But because Ja Morant is talking it and most of the time walking it and tweeting it or whatever, oh man, he's not putting any evidence on the court. What? How is he does not have any. So just think about this. Out of every player in the league, look at his supporting cast. He doesn't have an all-star on his team. He doesn't have an all defensive or all offensive or all NBA player on his team in any level. First team, second team, nor third team on any of that. On all NBA, all defensive team. Majority of all the attention is on him. Right or wrong?
Yes, I will agree with that. I think that's true, but I also think that record that they got 20-2 kind of goes to show you that they have a pretty solid team without him. Honestly, even in the playoffs, that Minnesota series, Desmond Bain was the best player in that series. If Ja Morant, the thing about him is that team allows him just to focus on offense. He doesn't have to play on defense. It's kind of like with him with the Sixers, with Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson, even though he led this league in steals damn near every year, he could focus on offense. Those guys give him the freedom just to focus on one side of the ball. So he has a really solid team around him.
He has a good team, yes, but I'm talking about as far as people around, right? He doesn't have a future Hall of Famer. At least Allen Iverson has Mutombo. Regardless of his age, he's a Hall of Famer. Regardless of what y'all gonna say, oh, he was old, whatever. Also, did Allen Iverson always deliver in the playoffs? Because I know what y'all gonna say. Yeah, man, he scored 38, but he shot 38 on 4 on 24 shooting.
That's true. I would
Look
say this.
Look at his playoff percentage, field goal wise. I think it's about 40, 49. I'm talking about this off the top of my head. Somebody could do the research. It's not that good.
It's in the 40s. I'm a Sixer fan. It's in the 40s.
Okay, you looking at it for me? Oh, I appreciate it. But he in his big game when they played against the Lakers in the championship. This guy, I think, what did he do? I think he went like 8 for 29, something like that, 8 for 25. So he had good game, bad game, good game, bad game, bad. You know what I'm saying? But we consider him as great because he is.
Mm-hmm. But it's also, we consider him great because if you look at that Philadelphia team as a whole, offensively, who was really giving them any contribution on the offensive end?
Aaron McKee. I'm being sarcastic.
Aaron McKee, Eric Snow, Todd McCullough. Like, come on, man.
Theo Ratliff, I'm being funny, but at the end of the day, they also had a lot of breaks during that championship run. People getting hurt, key players getting hurt, whatever, because they got breaks, and it happens. But we got to remember, Ja Morant is only in his 3rd year.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? We acting like this guy is a seasoned vet. You get what I'm saying? Like he's in his 3rd year. Like he's going to mature as a basketball player and as a person. Remember, money doesn't make you better, man. Money only amplifies the person that you
really are. Yeah. So that's how I'm like.
If he is quote unquote being a gangster, just imagine he was probably already on that. And BJ, you know, like I said, and I'm gonna say it again, you know, I know more about Ja Morant, you know, because of the person that I know that works with him. So whatever he was, that money just put the light on it, like, oh, this is who I am. And now I can really be who I am.
See, that's the thing, though. That's what I don't want to happen to him because.
But it's not, because he has, like I said, he has a lot of people around him that's been there for a very long time. That like older folks that's keeping him and keeping his anchor down. I will say that. That's what I will say. And the people that lives in his home, that they with him every day, they some really good people. really, really solid individuals that focuses on him developing as not just a basketball player, but as a father, as a person. And that's what I know. That's what I'm telling you, what I know for sure. But it's always hiccups in every business, every person circle is always going to have hiccups.
Yeah, I mean, again, like he doesn't need to mess up what he got going. There's no reason for him to mess this up because again, we saw what happened to Allen Iverson. People don't know he was actually blackmailed out the league. Allen Iverson could have been as great as Kobe, any of those guys, but it's just who he was, and he couldn't shake that image off of him. Is why he never reached his full potential.
But let's be honest. You know, the refs had some sort of beef with Iverson, though.
Who?
Some of the referees had beef with them.
Man, Iverson, man, the dude used to get hated on by man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying. One of the referees came out, wrote a book behind the whistle, and he kind of like went into detail how when Iverson had a game, some of the referees would purposely not give him calls. You know, give him like 2-3 calls in the span of a 48-minute game when he was averaging like 42 minutes per game. They only give him 2-3 calls.
That's also when the referees, besides that guy that got caught for it, was gambling on games.
Tim Donaghy, yep.
Tim Donaghy, right.
I'm saying besides him, it was a lot more that did as well. A lot more.
Yeah. With him though, it's just like you think about everything he after with him, like his friend got caught with murder. And it's just the lifestyle he made. I think he tried to become a rapper, like during his playing. Like it's
Kobe
like, bro, like
Shaq did as well.
But Shaq wasn't talking about killing people in his rap.
Kobe was talking his talk. Remember what the Shaq diss and all that, what he was saying, what Shaq said, talking about get his, you know what I'm saying? And what I'm saying, like, yeah, man, I mean, it is what it is, bro. Remember, these guys are not perfect. These guys are human beings. People, you know, you have you are what you are, and you have passions that you might have wanted to pursue, but money or opportunity didn't arise itself. So now that they do, they take advantage of it. And now these athletes feel more entitled than the other ones. Remember that. Allen Iverson was just an outlier. But now these guys are making $200 million over a course of 4 years. What are you going to tell them? You can say, oh, man, you out the league. Man, I made $200 million, man. I'm cool.
Do you think that Ja is going to mess up his career, or is it going to mess up his image if he keeps going the route he's going?
I don't
the
think
life he's living.
I don't think he's going a particular route, but no, I don't think so.
Okay. Because you said he had anger, right? Anger problem.
You said he had an anchor. No. I said he has good anchor, like people that's keeping him down, that's keeping him grounded. I didn't say nothing about an anchor problem. No.
Okay.
And from what I know, he doesn't drink and access or any of that.
Okay, well, that's good. I just hate seeing stuff like that. That somebody with that much potential and talent to just throw it all away. So
I mean, at the end of the day, bro. I mean, I think if we look at every superstar and every person that's in the league, like Miles Bridges, see, that's somebody that you should be talking about. Miles Bridges.
I just did a video on him. I just did a video on him.
Yeah, bro. I've been in
Florida.
I'm
gonna send it to you.
Oh yeah, I've been in Florida. But that's the guy. You talk about Ja Morant. He technically still has his nose clean. That guy, Miles Bridges is. Oof.
Miles Bridges is an idiot. That dude he's a flat out dummy.
I don't like.
And you did all that.
I don't like disrespecting people, especially what I'm saying, people that achieve and accomplish their quote unquote dream. But my God, that guy. Bruce, how you feel about the Miles Bridges, man? That guy.
Bruce.
Yes.
What'd you think about the Miles Bridges we talked about a few days ago?
Miles Bridges is burning bridges. So
He has no bridges. He done. He done. He about to be out the league. Done.
I mean, it was him and the other guy. They offered the sheets, right? And the other guy just got re-signed, and nothing for Miles Bridges. So I don't think he's gonna play for a while in the NBA.
Yeah,
But I'm not giving pass to Ja Morant because he's if you're the franchise player, there's some things you should know. You know, I mean, the best players they trash talk on the court. You don't have to prove to anything. If you're already confident in yourself, you don't have to remind people all the time, I'm a great player, I'm a great player, I'm a great player. That's Ja Morant problem. He's trying to prove, he's trying to say, oh, I'm a great player. He wants to remind everyone that
KD does the same thing.
KD was already established. When KD does,
no, but I'm saying, but KD reminds people like, hey, he might say it in a passive aggressive or more cryptic way, but he reminds people through tweet. Yes, he does. What?
He replies. He replies. He replies. He does not initiate. Ja Morant started.
No. KD, just because someone, he didn't have to reply. He didn't have to make a burn account. I mean, I see what you're saying. I get it. I'm just being devil's advocate that KD as well has done similar things. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. But I mean, I haven't seen Ja Morant win playoff games on a three of a great player. I haven't seen Ja Morant went to the finals. So
is Ja Morant a superstar or just a star, or is he just a regular player?
He's a star.
Okay.
They call everyone superstar now. He's not a superstar. He's a star.
What does it make him? What makes him not a superstar?
There's 5 superstars I think there's only 5 superstars in the league.
No, I want what I'm asking. What doesn't make him a superstar? Because he hasn't taken his team to the Western Conference Finals.
For me, a superstar, you got to have at least a championship, a finals appearance, an MVP, box office, and of course, you got to have. That's a year by year thing.
Hold on. So is Jokic a superstar, or he's just?
Hell no. Jokic ain't no superstar.
Jokic is not a superstar?
No, he's not a superstar to me. He's a star.
He's a star.
Okay.
You can't be a superstar getting knocked out the first round twice, like how he's been. That's 5 superstars in the league. It's Steph, Giannis, KD, Kawhi, LeBron. Those are the 5 superstars.
I knew you was gonna throw Kawhi in there somewhere. I knew that guy's name was gonna come about.
I mean,
Kawhi's established.
No, but I mean, I see that, but
you think Jokic is a superstar?
Huh? Yes.
You think Jokic is a superstar?
I think, far as what he do for what he has, especially last year, I think he arose the superstar status from what he didn't have last year.
This dude is a superstar. Is getting robbed the ball by Draymond Green. Come on.
Huh?
Hey, Will, aren't you the same guy that says you expect excellence?
Yes, I do expect excellence, but he did produce excellence. He won the MVP, guy. What do you mean?
I mean, James Harden won MVP. He's a superstar. Come on, man.
No, James Harden.
Was a superstar at one point, my brother. Like not now, he's not a superstar. No, at one point, yes, he was.
Really? Oh yeah, he was a superstar against the Spurs when Kawhi did not play. Was he a superstar that year?
Not in the playoffs, no.
A superstar. You have to be in the playoffs. That's when you're a superstar.
No, I'm saying like he did not play up to my expectations or anyone's expectations in that series and a number of other series. So I feel what you're saying. I feel you.
Right.
Jokic is not a superstar?
Nah. I think Embiid's better than Jokic. And he's not even a superstar to me.
Embiid is not a superstar too?
No, he's not.
He's not a superstar either?
No.
He's not a superstar. Nope.
I mean, it's up and down because he's not available a lot. Is
Yeah,
Jimmy Butler a superstar? See, y'all talk about taking your team somewhere and performing in the playoffs. Why isn't Jimmy Butler a superstar?
okay.
So I'm
So
contradicting what y'all saying about a
That's
superstar.
a good point.
that's a
I
good.
did not say Jimmy Butler was not a superstar. That's a good point.
But is he box office?
So are you moving the needle? You just said what a superstar is. So
Yeah,
I
Fonzie.
gave you
Yeah,
yes
but
in
he
the
gave a
playoffs
criteria.
when it counts. Bruce said in the playoffs is when you become a superstar. Jimmy Butler is box office in the playoffs. When you need him to perform, he performs. So is
But
that superstardom or is he a star?
my superstar championship or MVP. You gotta have one of
Uh,
those. You gotta have one of those. You gotta have a championship or an MVP.
Jimmy
You
Bruce,
Butler
gotta.
is Butler is a temp superstar.
he's a temporary superstar.
Yeah, he's not a.
Yeah. I don't know. That's just. I mean, because last year I gotta say Jimmy he didn't look like a superstar in the playoffs, but this year he turns a
I mean,
new
last
corner.
year he was documentally extremely hurt last year.
He was documented hurt this
No, no,
year.
no, no, no. But he no. Listen, he was injured last year. He couldn't really move. Well, okay, so look, in the bubble, was he a superstar?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay,
Everybody was a superstar in the bubble.
everybody was not a superstar.
T.J. Warren was a superstar in the bubble.
Hey,
Come on.
T.J. Warren looked like the second coming of. I don't even know who to say, but that guy was getting buckets.
We he signed with Brooklyn. He signed with Brooklyn right now.
Man,
Better question for y'all on the panel. Bubba, you can chime in. What you think Katie and Kyrie leaving Brooklyn?
I know they're staying for a year.
So they leaving?
I think Kyrie has a better chance to leave than Kevin Durant.
why would you trade Kevin Durant? He got 4 years on his contract.
Okay.
Why would you trade him?
He might stay out.
Okay, take his money like they did Ben Simmons.
Okay. We'll see.
I'm saying, I'm just saying, as far as like you could get Kyrie gone.
I'm not
Because
trading
he's
Kevin
gonna,
Durant.
huh?
I'm not trading Kevin Durant.
Exactly. Why would I trade that guy? You still got the crazy thing is they still have a chance to win. Just think about this. They
Yeah.
have Ben
Yeah.
Simmons. They should have never hired Steve Nash. First of all, they have
I agree.
Kyrie. You have Ben Simmons. You have KD. You just signed T.J. Warren. Like
Wait, can I ask you a
you
question?
have Joe Harris. What's up?
Go ahead, Bubba.
Is Ben Simmons that good of a player
I believe
that you
so.
can rely on?
Ben Simmons is a great player. He just can't shoot.
No,
I
I'm
think
saying
he's
that you
great.
can rely on because
Yes, I
this
think
dude.
you can rely on him. I think when he's in a proper situation, you can rely on him. Yes.
Okay.
It's
Because
been
this dude
rumored.
refuses to play basketball.
It's been rumored for 3 years that he didn't want to play with Embiid.
I'm gonna say something crazy.
What up?
If Ben Simmons was on the Celtics, the Ben Simmons that was playing the Sixers before the pass up shot, if that Ben Simmons was on the Celtics might win against the Warriors.
They ain't no Mike. They would have won.
Yeah. Yeah. They would have won.
If you would have took Jason Tatum and put Ben Simmons, they would have won.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted to say.
Oh hell no! Come on.
Let
Jason
Jalen Brown
Tatum
score.
is a he's mentally weak.
Who
Is he a
that?
superstar?
So
Is
Ben
he a
Simmons is
superstar?
mentally stronger than Jason Tatum?
I mean, all depends. What Ben Simmons we talking about? Are we talking about 3 years ago Ben Simmons? Yes.
The Ben Simmons that was against Atlanta that passed off a shot.
Oh no, not that. But
Okay.
At least he would have been a playmaker. At least he would have locked up. What Jason Tatum did not do, didn't lock up, and then he didn't want to shoot the ball either.
So, Baba, you are a Sixers fan. Is Ben Simmons the only reason you lost against Atlanta? That shot.
Oh nah, Embiid had a huge turnover.
So why is everybody is piling on Ben Simmons? I watched those games. Embiid disappear in a lot of games. What about Harris? Where is he?
Oh man, they should trade him. They just trade Harris quickly.
You know Ben Simmons' stats in the fourth quarter?
Yeah. Shit. Hey, I got another discussion. Who's the best player in the league?
Oh, you talking about like if we wipe the injury history?
Oh, you're right there. That's the best player in the league right there.
I'm about to get off this, man.
We're heading into next season.
What did I do?
I can't have a conversation
Bruce,
with you when you
he's about
always biased.
on his head.
You're biased, bro. Like,
hey man, you gotta admit. Hey, Will, you gotta admit though. Come on, man. This guy was shooting. This guy is shooting.
Also, I am not putting him as the best player in the game. I will not ever do that.
So let me ask you a question. Honestly, if you scoring 30 points a game off 57% shooting and playing defense on the other side, don't you love defense, Mo?
It sounds like KD to me.
KD don't play defense.
Whoa, come on.
No. He ain't played defense since Golden State. That's a difference. Who has he shut down?
But when he did play defense, was he locked down?
No, at no level was he ever on Kawhi's level on defense.
True.
Ever.
That's a fact, man. That was Kawhi when he came in the league. He couldn't shoot. He couldn't score. He had to just D up to get on the court. He had to. So you're telling me Kawhi is a better player than KD? Hey
Bruce. Hey Bruce. Hey, go ahead. Hey, tell Mo what's your take on that?
In regards who's the best player right now in the NBA, I can say Kawhi. I have to see Kawhi play first. But all time for me, Kawhi is better than KD. I can rely on
Toronto and won the championship.
If KD went to Toronto lose.
But what if Kawhi only has 11,000 points though?
Oh, no, that doesn't matter. He's still out of fame. He's already top 75.
He is.
KD already top 11.
Nah, after that performance against Boston, that dude's top 15, top 20.
If Kawhi was on the
top
Nets,
15, top 20 ever, or top 20, top 15 in the league?
If Kawhi was on the Nets, then the Nets not getting swept.
So you trying to say Kawhi is top 12 ever?
No, he's top 20. I'll put Kawhi top 20.
So, but he's not over KD, correct?
He's over KD.
Only reason if you want to say KD's over Kawhi is because of injuries. If Kawhi doesn't get injured, that's the only thing. Let me ask this question.
KD been injured.
Like, yes, exactly.
KD tore his Achilles, dog.
But the injury history of Kawhi is like he's been nicked throughout most of his career. So it's like he left 3 championships on the table.
KD missed 2 years because of injuries.
Is that the same Kawhi's missed? He's missed the whole season, and he missed that whole year in 2018.
He chose to sit out. He chose to sit out that time. Don't do
so
that.
You say he wasn't really hurt?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he chose. I don't know that man's body. I just know there was never any season-ending surgery or season-ending rehab. They just kept pushing it back. That's all I'm saying. He chose not to go back to the Spurs because he didn't want to play in San Antonio.
I'm sorry. If I'm a GM, I'm picking all time. I'm not picking KD over Kawhi. I know I'm gonna have my defense. I know I'm not gonna have someone who's gonna be on Twitter, and I'm not gonna get locked up by Tatum, right?
And that would never happen to no Kawhi.
I'm picking KD all day. And I'm not even the biggest KD fan. My favorite basketball player in the league right now.
Was KD playing against Brooklyn? I mean, against Boston?
Was he playing?
Yeah.
I don't think so. He was there, but he wasn't playing.
Yeah.
But my favorite player is Jimmy Butler in the league, and that's been before he's been this guy that everybody know now. I've been consistent, and I've been saying that for a very long time because I like how he play. So I'm not like putting a cape on for KD, but KD is effectively the best scorer that we've seen play basketball.
Nah, nah. I say
Wait,
better.
wait, wait. Since of all time?
Yeah.
Nah,
Nah,
that's
Who's the
Jordan.
best
That's
come
scorer
on.
Jordan.
ever?
That's Jordan. That's
That's
If
Jordan.
Jordan. Yeah.
if you if you're
Jordan.
the best
Jordan,
scorer
The
ever,
man averaged 37 points in a whole season.
That's fine, bro. I'm saying he.
mm,
So okay, he's 7'1".
oh please.
What you mean? Oh please. 7 foot, 6'11", whatever you want to call him. 6'11", 6'10", I don't care. Handles like a guard. Can
Mm-mm.
shoot like Steph in a sense, not nearly like Steph, but you get what I'm saying. He could bring you down low. He could pull up mid range. He could score from all three levels with ease.
Except
With ease.
against Boston.
Yeah.
All right, man. One bad playoff series. I give it to you.
One bad. Okay.
What's the
What
other one?
happened?
Tell me another one. Tell me another one.
The 3-1 over Golden State. What happened?
Huh?
When OKC was 3-1 over Golden State?
Okay,
The
two.
the monster. Where was the monster?
Oh, he that was two.
Oh, two?
That was
Only
two.
two?
But he still averaged. But that series, he still averaged 28.
Everybody's talking about big toe, big toe,
But
big
he
toe.
averaged 28. He averaged 28 against Boston. Not Boston, but the
Golden
Warriors.
State.
He averaged like
So,
about 20, 27, 28, I believe, something like that around that number.
so
Once again, I'm
empty
not looking
calories. Empty calories.
at empty
Yeah,
calories. Hey, bro,
so,
his team ain't show up either. But I'm
Oh,
not giving him an excuse. What I'm saying is you saying he didn't show up, but on the stat sheet, when all-time shows, he scored, even though they lost, he still scored 27 or 28 points per game in that series.
they still lost.
That's fine. Who's your team? Matter of fact, who's your team?
Who's my team? I don't have a team. I have players.
Oh, who's your favorite player?
Oh, it's between Curry and Kawhi.
So Curry. Let's speak about Curry.
Oh, here we go.
So Curry showed up in every series.
I mean, he showed up against Boston. The
No,
same
but
one that the greatest scorer of all time.
You're deflecting off what I'm asking you. Does he show up every time in all the playoff series?
No,
Okay. Does that diminish his stature of being an all-time great?
that's not what that was not what we were talking about. We're
But
talking about you said KD is the
all-time score.
greatest
I said
scorer.
all-time scorer. Did Steph Curry shoot 40% in every series that he had from three-point line, since he's the best shooter of all time, right?
No, but he wins more series than KD.
But the point is,
Exactly.
just because, listen, I'm talking about shooter and scorer, right? He doesn't shoot 40% in every series. That doesn't take away him being the best shooter of all time. Just like because KD doesn't score 40 in every playoff series, that don't take away from him being the best scorer or one of top 3 scorers ever.
I have a question. When was the last time Curry was swept in the first round?
Yeah, he never got swept.
But we're not talking. We're
Okay.
talking about stats far as percentages and points. We wasn't talking about playoff series though. That was the comment. That now you're pushing the needle back. You
Can I say
towards
his teammates didn't pass him the ball? Because you said KD didn't, his teammates, right? So
No, I said his teammates didn't show up. I didn't say they didn't pass him the ball.
Oh, well, the teammates didn't show up to pass him the ball. So
They showed up. They wasn't passing. Come on, man. We got the all-time flop in James Harden in the playoffs.
okay.
Right or wrong?
I see KD missing free throws. I mean, I didn't see Curry missing free throws. But
Actually, this year he did shoot the worst free throw percentage that he ever had. I think he shot
back-to-back free throws at the end of the game.
You said you never seen it, but he's a career 93% free throw shooter. He shot 87%. Also, in the Boston series, he definitely missed 2 in a row, regardless if they won or not, but he did. and he also missed a flagrant foul or maybe a technical free throw. He did it.
I
He
mean,
shot his
all I
worst free
saw
throw
was
percentage of his whole career.
all I saw was the defensive player of the year grabbing his gut. I mean, and Curry doing the night.
You're moving the needle, man. I feel you. I understand what you're doing.
I'm moving the needle. I'm just stating facts.
Steph Curry won it. They won it all. Their team won it. He won it. He balled out this year. He had a phenomenal playoff year. Why you keep putting Kawhi stuff up, man?
Bro, because the man's left.
Bro,
He's
you
left
got
3 titles
Kawhi.
on the display, bro. I don't think people understand. Let's get to this too. Hey, if Kawhi doesn't get hurt this series against the Warriors, do the Spurs beat the Warriors in 2017?
Who knows? He got hurt. Is Kawhi better than Steph to you?
He's a better overall player, yeah.
Oh, no. All time is
no, all better? Time, no, it's Steph.
Is all Kawhi all time better than KD though, right?
I don't pick. No, I can't give him that because again, the injuries have hurt him. But as far as a player, who's a better player, I think he's the best player in the league. What weaknesses do you have in this game?
Dribble moves.
What?
You have dribble moves, man. He don't have.
Bro, Kawhi has an elite handle.
Huh?
He has a bag. He has an elite handle.
He has an elite handle. Okay.
An elite handle.
I don't know.
I don't know about that, buddy. He got more handle than KD?
KD's move is crossover.
No.
He does the same move every time. He does the same move. He does the same move every time.
Crossover between Kawhi does too, because that's his kill move.
He has a setup, a variety of setup moves that he can go to. KD does the same move every time.
Than KD. That's all I asked you. I didn't ask you to go into soliloquy about anything else.
You can say that, yeah. You can. Okay. You can.
He can score at all 3 levels better than KD too, right?
He's a better mid-range shooter. He has to shoot from a higher percentage. He shot 57%, 30 points per game, bro. While playing the other side of the ball.
I don't know.
I can feel you on the defensive part, but I cannot agree with the offensive part from Kawhi. I just can't. I'm not saying he's not elite at what he does, but you're trying to say he's a better scorer than KD. That's crazy.
No. I don't think. Well, 2 things I'm trying to say. What happened to KD in the Boston series would have not happened to Kawhi. That would have not. With right or wrong.
You ever thought he checked out?
KD?
Yeah, you didn't think he might have just checked out from all the crazy drama that went on? You think he might have just checked out?
Nah, I think the Boston Celtics defense. I think the Boston Celtics defense rattled him. I think Steve Nash is back coaching. Steve Nash is back coaching, not taking him off the point guard position.
Did Phoenix defense rattle Kobe?
No.
Okay, but he checked out, right?
He checked out, but it wasn't.
Okay.
Phoenix does. Wait, hold on. Phoenix don't play good defense. Boston was a number 1 seed defense.
I get what you're saying, but I'm saying at the end of the day, maybe he just said F it and he don't want to play. Because Kobe did it.
I think it's different, bro. I think
it's different now.
I just think KD got rattled. I've never seen KD look like that. I think he got bullied. I better question.
Kawhi this year. I can't wait to see Kawhi. I'm ecstatic to see Kawhi this year. I'm happy. I can't wait to see it.
Better question. Who wins the NBA championship this year?
I don't know. It's too early, man, because you don't know what KD going. If KD go to the Suns,
we still run through them.
What?
We would still run through them. We still run through them.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
I think people understand how much of an impact he's gonna have.
He's gonna make
with us.
A great impact with y'all. But I don't think you're gonna. I think you don't know what KD gonna do with Phoenix if he has Devin Booker and Chris Paul right there.
Wait, didn't you say Devin Booker wasn't that guy?
No, I said no. I said Jason Tatum ain't that guy.
Well, I remember I told you. I said Devin Booker is that guy. You said no, he's not.
Devin Booker ain't that guy
he's
either.
not that great. I said he's not Kobe like. That's what we was talking about as far as Kobe. And I said he's not like that. But with a KD right there, that allows Booker to just have free reign
So
to get his stuff off.
Devin Booker better than Paul George?
Yes.
Hell no.
Yes.
What? What?
Hell no. In the series they played, Paul George was the best player.
Well, you don't believe that.
Bro, yeah, you know I'm not a Paul George fan. I'm being biased with that answer, and I don't even want to go into I don't like nobody you like, bro. Like I just don't.
Well, no, you like Jimmy Butler. I like Jimmy Butler.
You don't like Jimmy Butler.
I love Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler, I love Jimmy Butler.
You just started liking him this year.
No, I liked him ever since the Philadelphia Sixers. I've been liking Jimmy Butler.
We had conversations about this for a very long time throughout 3 year span, man. You wasn't a big Jimmy Butler fan.
Bro, I like Jimmy Butler. He's not my favorite player, but I do like him. I was rooting for him this year. But he actually reminded me of Kawhi.
Oh my God.
He actually reminded me of Kawhi.
I don't know if you're a stan or you like you just punking me right now. Like, is Ashton Kutcher about to come out or something? Like,
no. I'm saying
Kawhi. You like a Kawhi homer.
I love basketball. I love how he plays the game.
Well, you love basketball. I will give you that, but you love you some Kawhi.
I love his game. I like Kobe, my favorite player of all time. And Kawhi, that's one of my favorite players. But I like Steph, I like Dame, I like Jimmy, I like Paul George. I don't see how you don't like Paul George.
Because he usually come up small, but he played good last year.
What does that mean, come up small, man?
But Devin Booker came up small too.
Exactly.
And I also admitted he did. But all superstars sometimes come up small.
Devin Booker is not a superstar.
So LeBron never came up small.
What has Devin Booker done outside of that 1 year? He hasn't done anything. He never sniffed the playoffs till Chris Paul came on the team. Paul George was taking his team to the conference finals.
Oh my God. Did you see the team around him?
Oh, please. Excuses.
Wait. So you can't take your team to the playoffs one time? Not once?
Oh my God. Yeah, you want to go? I wish I had my computer so I could show the old roster of what he had.
Bro, Devin Booker had good players. He had
Eric Bledsoe. He had Marquise Morris.
Eric Bledsoe, Mr. Brickham himself.
Bro, he was averaging 21.
Brandon Knight, that's what you're gonna say. Now you're gonna say Ricky Rubio as well, right? And then
Marquise Morris. He had the Morris twins. You're
gonna say Chris too, right? Marquise Chris. You're gonna say Josh Johnson. Oh, come on, man, they suck.
What about Marquise Morris? What about the Morris twins?
Oh no, he's good for what he does, but I mean, he's not a. Are you gonna send him to go and get buckets with you?
PJ Tucker.
Yeah.
Are you gonna send him to go? Hey, like, I need you to go get buckets right now.
Well, what about the other stuff, the dirty work? Don't you need guys for that too?
So
guys to get the rebound.
You want a team full of people that does dirty work with no other extra scorer on your team?
Eric Bledsoe was averaging 21.
Bro,
20 points a game.
I'm not even about to talk about Eric Bledsoe, bro, because we all know he sucked.
I mean, the dinosaur from Toronto.
Huh?
The dinosaur from Toronto was bothering Devin Booker when he was shooting free throws, and if you are playing your gym.
Dinosaur.
He's talking about the mascot.
Oh.
Yeah. I can't. Devin Booker
so
and
you saying
Paul
Jason Tatum better than Devin Booker?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
don't think so. I think Jason Tatum. I never gone to Jason Tatum hype train.
I would trade Jason Tatum right now for KD.
That's not an even trade.
I mean, I don't think so either. Trade all them picks that they got.
Yeah, Brooklyn's dumb enough to do that.
I mean, they was dumb enough to do other stuff before. I mean, why not? Just make it a package deal. Just trade Jason Tatum, Brogdon, 3 first rounders, and Marcus.
Wait,
Smart.
Jason Tatum a max player though.
Yeah, he is. He just signed that big deal.
Right.
No, I'm saying trade all them for KD and Kyrie and do it because they'll do dumb stuff. I know Boston wouldn't take Kyrie back, but you know,
right.
Just trade Jason Tatum away. If you're trying to win a championship right now, trade him for KD. I would.
So you think Jaylen Brown's better?
Yes.
I do too.
He got dog.
Once you saying that, Bruce, the first person you told me that, you thought Jaylen Brown was better?
Yes.
Negro, I told you this 2
I
years
said
ago.
I call him Jason Stuffed.
Negro, I told you this 2 years ago when we were just on the phone. I told you this on Instagram Live before you was doing the YouTube live.
I wasn't big on Jaylen like that. I wasn't big on Boston like that.
I'm still not big on him, but I think Jaylen Brown is better.
But I think one thing I saw with Jaylen Brown, he wants to take over, but at the same time, he doesn't want to step on nobody's toes.
He's too passive.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as personality, right? I ain't talking about with the Rock. He want to be light.
Yeah. I think he's saying to himself he should be the guy, but you know.
But Boston gonna be, man, next year with Brogdon, man. I've never been a Boston fan, but man, it's gonna be
second round exit.
To watch them.
You said second round exit?
Yep.
All depends.
I got them as contenders, so.
Yeah.
I got
Marcus Smart is gonna be. Marcus Smart is gonna be mad.
You said what?
Marcus Smart is gonna be mad because he's gonna lose his starting job to Brogdon.
But he was an off the bench player.
Yeah, he's an off the bench player anyway.
Yeah.
But he think he a starter. That's the problem.
And you can think all you want. They can get don't do nothing if you don't put no action. You know what I'm saying? Like you could think you're a millionaire. That don't mean you're a millionaire.
Right. Yeah.
The worst defensive player of the year of all time.
I thought
Rudy Gobert's worse.
Defensive prospect, or just like as a individual basketball player.
He's the greatest flopper of all time. One of them.
Yeah, I thought
Drew 40.
I thought Drew Holiday should have got defensive player of the year. I thought shit went to Drew Holiday. I think he's a better defender than Marcus Smart.
I mean, he wasn't even a finalist.
Which is crazy. This is the same voting committee that put Rudy Gobert as defensive player of the year 3 times.
Well, we see how that works out.
We killed them and we cooked them in the playoffs. That title went away.
Go with this weed stuff. Hey, bro, you know an analyst is not supposed to be biased, right?
That's fine. No, who says who? You got all these guys.
That's how it used to be. I don't know the new school rules.
Look at all these personalities, man. Look at these guys on TV. They got favorite players. Look at Nick Wrong. Always cheering for LeBron.
Hey, don't talk about your
these guys suck.
Like that, man. Hey, I don't know.
These guys suck. They don't know basketball, man. They don't know basketball. They get on TV and just have these little crazy narratives they try to fulfill.
Hey,
I can't stand Nick Wrong.
If y'all listen to this, I don't know who he's talking about. I'm not sure.
Man, well, I don't have. Everybody ain't friendly in this sports business, bro.
I know. I'm being facetious, but I will say you cannot look at Boston as not a viable contender, and you cannot look at Marcus Smart not being like a viable defensive player of the year prospect. Like,
no,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, Steph Curry was doing everything. I mean, come on, man.
You said like,
Steph was cooking him.
Steph cooks everybody though.
No, not everybody.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't Steph get cook? You don't think he'll cook Drew Holiday?
Drew Holiday, at least Drew Holiday will give him something to think about.
I mean, to be honest, there's no defensive answer for Steph Curry. If we want to be honest,
there's no defensive answer for no superstar, man. If you want to be honest.
I mean, there was an answer for KD though.
Yeah. Jason Tatum.
Bro, I can never forget that ever in life, man. What I saw with that, bro. It's like Kevin got switched out for his twin.
So why don't y'all have the same energy with Michael Jordan and the Pistons?
What are you talking about?
Huh? Why don't y'all have the same energy when the Pistons was doing the Jordan before he?
Come on, man.
Jordan was getting his numbers.
That was football.
You remember when they were tackling him, boxing him?
That was football.
Come on, man.
That was completely. That was football.
God. You see what I'm saying about moving it backwards, like moving it forwards to your point?
They clotheslined the man in midair, bro, when he's going for a reverse layup.
That's how I like it. Clothesline me.
That's not basketball. That's football. KD wasn't getting clotheslined. Dude was just getting pushed out.
That's fine, but he might have not been clotheslined, but he was getting double team, triple team, whatever, or locked up or whatever. It happens, bro. Like it happens. It happens in life.
KD just need to go to KFC, Popeyes to get some weight.
Dog. Look, I'm saying this with Mo. I think KD's a top 15 player, top 20. But I think Kawhi's a better overall player.
Wait, can I ask you a question though? If you're ranking, right, do you rank based on who has the better game or who has had the better career?
All-time rank is better career.
Then KD should be above Kawhi.
KD should be way above them, correct?
Right.
But again, you gotta look at this too. KD's been in the league longer than Kawhi.
Oh my God! You see what I'm saying, yo?
But I'm saying, like, I'm saying KD's higher for that. That's the reason why he's higher. It's not. That's why we gotta look at right now. If I'm looking at game, who is the better player overall? Who can do more for my team? And I'm picking Kawhi Leonard. And even with that, they both have the same number of championships. As much time as Kawhi Leonard has missed, he still has the same championships as KD.
Did KD carry a team to a championship?
He did, but KD has like accolades that Kawhi doesn't have.
What?
Scoring titles, regular season MVPs.
MVP, Defensive Player of the Years.
Kawhi was playing on a team where there's no way that Kawhi has an all-star game.
KD got two.
So Kawhi was playing on a team most of the time that there's no way he was gonna be scoring like on the Spurs. So
I just can't wait till next year. I can't wait till next year.
I can't wait to see it as well, bro.
I'm ready. I'm ready for next year. I wish next year started tomorrow. I wish it started tomorrow.
Why do you wish that?
Why? Well, I want my team to get out rolling. I'm telling you. I don't think people understand what's going to happen. We have 4 strength.
I think y'all be okay.
We gonna win.
Oh, I got a question. So with all your teammates, all your people back, right?
Yeah.
Do you think they're more of a contender than Boston with their newfound team with Michael Brogdon and them bringing all their core players back?
You think like what you mean? Can we beat them?
No, I'm saying like who has a better chance to make it to the finals, the Clippers or Boston?
Clippers.
I think the Clippers have the better team, but I think Boston, the only team they got to. Well, actually, you know what? Because Boston got to go through some teams too. They're going to have to go through Milwaukee and Miami.
Chicago.
And if Lonzo with Chicago too, I think Miami is better than Boston. If Jimmy and that team wasn't hurt and hobbled like they were, I think they would have beat Boston. So
I do too.
I just think I need to see Tatum what he's gonna do this upcoming year. I know what Kawhi and them gonna do.
You don't know that because you don't know how Kawhi gonna play.
Wait. Why should I not believe he's gonna come back as a superstar when KD did with a torn Achilles?
Because you don't know because he's been injured more than KD.
So, but didn't we just say that KD's been injured too?
Yes. He had
a series. He tore his Achilles.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I'm not arguing against that. I'm just saying Kawhi's been injured more than KD. Right or wrong?
Was a partially torn ACL.
Oh my God. That's not what I'm asking you. What I'm asking you is, has he been hurt more?
Yeah, he is.
Paul George been injured more than KD.
Right.
John Wall has been injured more than KD.
Right. Didn't KD miss a lot of games this year?
Yeah, from a knee. Yeah. He missed.
Didn't KD miss a year and then he didn't go to the bubble?
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, because that was from his Achilles.
Okay, didn't KD miss like a year?
With the Liz Frank injury, no, he did not miss a year.
In OKC, didn't he miss a year?
Miss a year with the Liz Frank. He did not.
No, it was like 3-4 months because he was ruled out. He was ruled out in March. I remember that.
Okay.
I just think with this technology now and how sports medicine is now, that with the rest that you get from these injuries, I think these guys come back 90 to 100%. I mean, that's why I'm banking on. Fully healthy, we will be holding that Larry O'Brien trophy.
Maybe.
Clippers have to worry about Zubac. I'm not a fan of Zubac.
Oh, we gonna make one more big move. I want to get Boogie. I want DeMarcus Cousins back on with us. That's what I really want.
If the Clippers plays against the Mavs with Zubac, I don't know about that.
I ain't worried about Luka. I ain't worried about him.
Okay.
Luka superstar? Is Luka a superstar?
No, Mo. Luka Doncic is not a superstar. No, he is close. He's probably the closest one, but he's not.
Luka is a ball hog star.
Hey Mo, he remind me a lot of your boy James Harden.
Yes, he does. The white version.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah. He gotta learn how to play D.
No, wait. Luka got difference between James Harden though. He show up when it matters.
When?
Against Phoenix.
Well, Bubba, you telling me that Luka Doncic is better than James Harden when he was in Houston?
In the playoffs, Luka's better.
James Harden went to conference finals several times.
I mean, this Luka fourth year, so we're gonna have to see.
Oh no! So when it was Ja Morant, he didn't show anything. But now,
but Luka's not talking. Luka's done more than Ja, and he's not talking all this trash.
He does talk trash. Maybe not on the internet because we probably don't know what he's saying.
Luka just cries a lot.
He talks trash on the court, not off the court.
Luka calls himself the Slovenian Jesus. Come on.
Hey man, I didn't agree with that. I told you I didn't agree with that. I didn't agree with that. I don't think anybody can get me to agree with that. These people could call me right now and be like, "Yeah, I ain't rocking with that one."
Luka just cries too much. I don't mind it. He cries to the refs too much. And I get it. Players they look for calls, but he just cries over every call. Like, dude, like you're not gonna get every call.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, he cry over everything. He's a crybaby.
Like, damn, like he give him one call and he gonna cry about the call before that.
Facts. I wish you could, man. I wish I could give you an exclusive, but I know they ain't gonna talk to you, but because they don't talk. I wish I could give you an exclusive, man, about that whole situation, bro.
You got my number. You can call me.
I mean, I said I can call you, but they ain't coming from the horse's mouth. You get what I'm saying? Like, I can say whatever I want to say, but if it ain't from somebody that's around that person every day, like, you know what I'm saying? That's just me talking from a conversation that I might have had. But if they could, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, I honestly wish you could hear it from a different lens, I guess, as far as with the Ja thing.
It's all good, man. It's the way. If it happens, it happens. But
when you get off, call me.
All right, we're gonna get off right now. Actually, I had a question for the panel. Who gonna win the NBA championship next year?
Early to tell.
Say what?
It's too early.
Yeah, it's too early, man. I need to see what KD going.
What you mean it's too early?
Negro, it's too early. You still got what? Okay, if KD goes back to the Warriors, you're not going to pick the Warriors?
I don't care if KD goes to the. I don't care what team he goes to. I don't care what team he goes to. If he goes to the Warriors, the Suns, the Mavs, he can go anywhere. It's Clip City, Chip City all day.
Well,
we will be holding that. We will be holding that Larry O'Brien trophy next year. We will win that.
How can you call them Chip City?
Clip City, Chip City. We will be holding that Larry O'Brien trophy next year.
That's my
I can't wait till your exclusive interview with anybody with the Clippers, bro. Because this is amazing. You should
do an interview with Marcellus Riley with Clip City.
I've already done an interview with him.
Yeah,
already.
Marcellus Riley,
I'm talking about like somebody that play on the team, bro. Like, not Marcellus Riley. I like what he do. I love what he do. Actually, I'm talking about.
I just had
you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
I had an interview with the player development coach, Chad Bell.
No.
You want to play? Okay. All right. No, I feel you. So you want to play? Okay.
Get an interview with Steve Ballmer. That you know what? That's what you should. I've never seen somebody exude so much confidence in a franchise that's been riddled with controversy and BS their whole existence.
What do you mean BS? So you don't think he believes what he's saying?
No, I mean as far as BS, I mean as far as like them not being able to accomplish anything regardless of expectations. As far as with when they had Lob City and all that.
Oh my gosh! But this team.
Were you a Clipper fan then?
Yeah.
I didn't hear.
I was a Kobe fan,
but I never heard you speak this highly of the Clippers.
Well, let's see. I've always been a Clipper fan ever since the Chris Paul, Blake Griffin days. But I was always a Kobe fan. Like, it was weird because usually out here, if you hate the Lakers, then you love the Clippers. If you love the Clippers, you hate the Lakers. But I love Kobe. Like, that's who I love. So I was able to rock with both. But now I really love them because they got my boy Kawhi and PG. So now I can say it a little louder.
Now you can say it louder, huh?
Yeah.
Man, call my phone, man, before I go to bed. Pause.
All right.
All right. Y'all be cool, man. Great talking to y'all, man. Love y'all insight.
All right, take it easy.
All right, y'all. We'll be back on tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Peace.
All right, Bubba. All right, y'all. That concludes the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. We appreciate having you guys on. Any other, interviews you'd like to check out, do not hesitate to go to our YouTube page, the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. Like, share, subscribe, all of our YouTube videos. Until next time, pull up a seat, pull up a chair, pull it out. Peace. Out there like swimwear.